machine. I have a query on a couple of
Here it is.
prescriptions.
Best coffee money can buy. Do you want a cup? What's wrong with the machine?
It's all right. I'll sort it out.
Was that a message from a chemist?
Dunno.
Well, could you play it again? Is that button there?
This is Mr. Hamida. I'm the pharmacist from Bagley Chemists. Sorry to leave a message on your answer machine. I have a query on a couple of prescriptions. Could somebody give me a ring? My number is...
This won't take long, will it? I want to get to the supermarkets before the hordes arrive.
You can go now if you like.
No, it's nicer if we do it together.
So you still want to come in and work with me?
I hardly ever see you these days.
Oh, come on, love. You go and get the shopping sorted out. I won't be long. Promise. Come and pick me up, will you?
Two prescriptions, actually.
Have you got them there?
Yes, I'm looking at them right now.
Why are you worried about them?
Well, there are a few things I'm not happy with. The quantity of drugs, for a start.
I'll need to have a look at them.
Would you like me to fax them?
No, I can pop over.
It'll have to be this morning.
Oh, fine, I'll see you in about 10 minutes then. OK. Rana...
Kate, before you say anything else, I'm having a manic morning. Can it wait? Mr. Darling, my notes, please, and I shall begin. Thank you all. So kind. Follow me.
What did he say?
Who?
The chemist.
Oh, it's probably nothing, but he needs me to see them. You'll be all right here on your own, won't you?
Did he say whose prescriptions they were?
No. Why?
Oh, no reason.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine.
Well, he'll tell me everything when I see him. See you in a bit.
I don't understand this.
What?
Well, look for yourself. It's saying 140 kilos, and last month it was 136. You can't carry on like this, Jack. Have you been taking any notice of what I've been telling you? You can get off now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I started going to a slimming club.
Good. Well, what about diet? Have you been following the sheets I gave you?
When I can.
Well, that's not what the scales are saying.
I'm sorry.
Well, there's no point in apologising to me. It's your health. How old are you? 36. You carry on like this and you won't even see 50. You are seriously damaging your health.
I know.
I don't think you do. We're talking about heart attacks, strokes, things like arthritis, diabetes. Shall I go on?
No. I'm doing everything I can, Doctor. Honestly.
Right. And have you had a proper exercise programme put together for you?
I had one before.
Really?
Yeah, I used to work out. You wouldn't think it to look at me now, but I was in pretty good shape.
Well, there's no reason why you shouldn't be again. It'll take years off you. It'll change your life.
Being like this has changed it, that's for sure.
Not for the better, I assume.
I'm a different bloke. You know, there was a time when I had a bit of a reputation as a lady killer.
Lucky old you.
Oh, sorry, I was just the appointments. They're all, Sorry, what can I help you?
What do you think are the reasons for all this weight gain?
Well, I suppose it didn't help when I stopped working out. Like they say, muscle turns to fat.
That's not quite true.
Oh? I thought that...
Yeah, a lot of people do. So, why'd you stop going?
I don't know, really. Time, other commitments. You know what it's like.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm getting at.
Well, maybe you're right then. Maybe it's just too much food.
Yeah, but why are you overeating? There's usually a reason. With some people, it's because they're unhappy, depressed.
I don't think I'm any less happy than the next bloke.
What I'm trying to say is that the way people eat can say a lot about other things in their life. Food, or what it does, can often be a symptom of a completely different problem.
To be honest with you, I think it's more about being married. You get comfortable. Alison's a great cook.
But she does know about your dietary requirements, doesn't she?
I've told her.
And?
Well, she seems to take it personally if I don't eat every single thing on the plate.
Really? Maybe food is her way of showing you that she loves you.
Right.
But you've both got to realise it could be killing you. Did Alison come in today?
She's gone shopping.
Would it be okay if I spoke to her?
What about?
Well, you've both got to work together on this. If you don't, you'll never beat it.
Well, she didn't take much notice when I talked to her about it.
Well, perhaps you'll listen to a doctor.
Look, I don't think this is a good idea. I mean, trust me when I say I know my wife. She can be a bit hot-tempered sometimes.
I could pop in at lunchtime. You're only round the corner. I'll be discreet, I promise.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine.
Jolly good. We had a special offer on today.
Oh, yeah?
3 fruitcakes for the price of 1.
Can I help you?
Yeah, Kate Maguire. We spoke earlier.
Oh, yes. Come round. I'll be at the back if anyone needs me.
Sure.
Dr. Mystery wants to talk to you.
Me? Why?
Well, I think he wants to be sure that we both understand what it is I have to do to lose weight.
Well, we do.
He's popping round later.
Oh, it's totally unnecessary. We've got all the bump.
I said you wouldn't mind.
I've got a lot to do today without getting a lecture from your doctor.
This is important, you know.
Oh, very well. If you must.
They're both for large amounts of diazepam. The doctors from your surgery don't usually prescribe that much. This is for 102 milligram tablets.
Uh-huh.
Now look at the date.
Oh, that's the Wednesday before last.
Yes. Now this one is from yesterday. Same amount.
Right.
You see, to be honest with you, each prescription should last someone at least a month. Possibly 3 months.
Well, but maybe it's...
My assistant dealt with a girl that came in and she thought she was very jumpy. I saw her only briefly, but when I talked...
Well, maybe if she's being prescribed tranquilizers, she might be a bit nervy.
Mm-hmm. And would she need a false address?
Sorry. Appleton Road.
I'd never heard of it, so I checked.
No such road exists.
So all I'm saying is it's vital that Jack sticks to it. Diets are about consistency as much as anything else, so it's no good giving him bean sprouts for his supper one night and then a full English breakfast the following morning.
I don't do that.
Yeah, but Alison, you've got to...
When in the last 6 months I've cooked you a fry-up?
You haven't, but...
Well then.
It's the other stuff. It's the sauces and the pastry and the...
Oh, I see. So it's all my fault.
What about the signature?
Well, you know what doctor's writing is like, totally illegible. But this doesn't look like Dr. Rawlings' signature. I'll have to show him. Can I take these?
Of course.
Kirsty Sykes. Can't say that name rings a bell. Anyway, I'll get back to you about these. I don't suppose you can remember what she looked like?
She was, quite young. Pretty. Blonde, I think.
Right. Well, I don't suppose we'll be seeing Kirsty Sykes again.
No.
So, let me get this straight. You're saying it's like I'm poisoning my husband.
I'm not saying that you mean to hurt him, but...
I really resent this. I love Jack. I wouldn't do anything to harm him.
Not intentionally, no, but I want you to understand the implications. Now, Jack needs to start losing weight now, and he can't do it without your help.
I'm doing everything I can.
Like I was saying to Jack, food can become a problem.
Yes, and that's what you've made it. I've spent all my time with Jack trying to make him happy, and he was. And then you lot told him he had to lose weight. Now all we do is argue. Is that good for him?
Hang on a minute, love.
No, Jack. I'm going to have my say. This doctor thinks he can come in and tell us how to live our lives. Well, he can't.
Alison, I didn't mean to upset you.
Don't want him to change. I love him the way he is.
We're talking about health here. If Jack carries on like this, he won't be around for you to love him. No, he's doing his bit. He's joined a slimming club and
that's where he spends most of his time. He's hardly ever home. In fact, I only see him at meal times. You medical people love putting your oar in, but you never think of the consequences.
Look, will you sit down? You're not being fair.
Oh, that's right. Don't stand up for me. Oh, I've had enough of this. You can go now, Dr. Mystery.
We've definitely got a problem. Does this look like Steve's signature?
I don't know.
I'm going to have a look for Kirsty Sykes on our list. Have you ever heard of the name?
No.
Somebody can get into our computer system to get a prescription. We're in deep trouble.
I'm sorry about all that with Alison.
Don't worry about it. I've had a lot worse.
She doesn't really mean it.
No, but I do. We're gonna have to work together on this.
Yes.
I'm not joking. You're eating yourself into an early grave.
Understood.
Good.
Can I have a word?
Sure.
Have a look at those.
That's not my signature.
That's what I thought. But how?
Where did they come from?
That's what I'd like to know. Somebody must have used your system to print them out.
That's impossible.
Obviously not. Can you have a look?
Well, I can do a name and date check.
The name's false, so's the address.
There's nothing for that date. So whoever did these must have deleted it.
But how could they get into your system without your password?
And they couldn't.
And only members of staff have the password.
Yeah. Oh, I've just had a thought.
What?
I think I may have done something a bit stupid.
Go on.
That girl, Candy, the one who was temping while Joe was away.
I know who she is. Tell me you didn't.
Well, I was on a call. I needed some information. What could I do?
Steve, these passwords are strictly confidential.
I know.
For this very reason.
What can I say? I'm sorry. Mind you, she didn't seem like the type.
They never do. Well, I suppose we should be grateful that the mystery's solved.
What's this?
Steak.
You didn't listen to a thing the doctor said, did you?
But you love steak.
You're gonna kill me. Is that what you want?
Oh, stop exaggerating.
Tell me that when I'm having an heart attack.
That's an awful thing to say.
Oh, please.
Do you really think I want to kill you?
Of course I don't. It's just
I
that...
couldn't bear to lose you.
Look, Alison, I need to...
Fine. I get the picture.
Well, we've found our culprit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you jump. You okay?
What do you mean, found your culprit?
There's Candy, forging the prescriptions.
The temper. How?
Don't ask. The real question is why. Seems an awful lot for one person. She was probably selling them on.
Are you gonna call the police?
I'll have to speak to Mac. He's on his rounds. He'll be back soon.
What do you think he'll do?
She's in a lot of trouble, that's for sure.
There you go. That's just what the doctor ordered.
Why do you do it?
Do what?
Come on, you know. Is this meant to be a joke?
I can't win, can I?
What about me? I'm either offered a heart attack on a plate or rabbit food.
I thought that's what you wanted.
There is an in-between, you know.
Well, perhaps Dr. Misery can come round and cook it for you.
I don't know what's got into you.
Where are you going?
There's a slimming club meeting.
At this time?
Yes. And one of the things we'll talk about is how our other halves are offering support and encouragement. And I don't want to have to tell them that my wife thinks the whole thing's a complete joke!
I don't! I love you!
Yeah, sure you do.
When will you be back?
Later!
Here it is.
Thanks.
It's the agency application form and it's got a photograph on it.
Oh, great. Mr. Almeida, Dr. McGuire, Riverside. Yeah, we've got the forger.
Oh, yes, the prescriptions.
Yes, absolutely. And we've got a photograph. It'd be really helpful if you could identify and make sure that it's her.
I'll try my best. I won't be in the shop, but I could come into the surgery on my way home if that would help.
Is that the last of them?
Yeah.
Well, I'm only the youngest and best-looking doctor, but the fastest too. Right, I'm off.
Dr. Mystery, can you spare a moment?
Yes, of course.
Ah, Mr. Hamida, thanks for coming in. Take a seat and Dr. McGuire will be with you soon. Joan. Wait a moment.
I'm so sorry about earlier, losing my temper with you like that.
Forget about it. Well, is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah. Well, no. There is something else.
Well, are you here about yourself or Jack?
Both. Sort of.
OK. Take your seat.
The thing is, you know these diet sheets?
Yep.
I don't find them very easy to follow.
Why? What's difficult about them?
Well, it's not the food, it's me, really.
You?
Well, our relationship.
Right.
I've got into this. You're going to think I'm a complete fool.
I shouldn't think so.
Oh. I don't know where to start. We met in slightly unusual circumstances. My best friend was getting married, and we went out on a hen night. We went to a club, and there was this stripper, a male stripper. That was Jack.
I see.
He was dead sexy. Even the bride had second thoughts.
Well, Jack mentioned that he...
What? He was a bit of a ladies' man.
Something like that.
By the end of the night, he was beating them off with a stick. But I was the lucky girl. It was love at first sight for me. And he wasn't at all like you'd expect a stripper to be. He's a really gentle, sensitive man. When he asked me to move in with him, I was over the moon. But that was when the problem started, really.
With the overeating?
No, with his work. He was still stripping 2 or 3 times a week. Hundreds of women were after him.
Well, I suppose it's one of the hazards of the job.
But even when he wasn't working, it was just as bad. Nearly everywhere we went, women would recognise him and start chatting him up. It didn't matter that I was with him. Oh, no, he was public property as far as they were concerned. And then there was his exes. They seemed to be always ringing him up for favours. He's such a softie. I guess I got jealous.
This is Mr. Hamida.
Oh, right. Listen, thanks for taking the trouble. Sit down. Look, we're pretty sure that our temporary receptionist is the guilty party.
Right.
And here's a photograph of her.
No, it isn't.
Pardon?
It's the girl on reception now. She's the one.
Joe!
I asked him to stop stripping.
And he did.
Yeah. But it didn't seem to make any difference.
You were still jealous?
The trouble was, women wouldn't leave him alone.
And you couldn't handle that?
Not really, no. So, I kind of talked him into giving up the gym. I thought maybe if he let himself go a little, women wouldn't be so interested.
And he went along with that?
He was happy. We could spend more time together. But I still couldn't help feeling that these women were always chasing him and that one day he'd run off with one of them.
Has he ever been unfaithful?
No. Well, not that I know of. But I convinced myself that in the end he wouldn't be able to resist.
Have you ever thought about talking to him about all this?
No. You see, without the gym, it started to get a little bit of a belly. and he wasn't getting quite so much female attention. And that's when it dawned on me. When I realised that a fat Jack would be a faithful Jack.
So you're saying you wanted him to be fat?
Yes. I kept feeding him, and he kept eating.
And now he's over 20 stone.
Yes.
Which is clinically obese.
And it's all down to me.
It's not too late.
It is.
No, if he wants to lose the weight and he's determined and you support him...
I can't bring myself to tell him what I've been doing.
Well, that's up to you. But you're going to have to sort this out. And stop fattening up your husband.
Listen, thanks for coming in, and if we need to talk again, I'll be in touch, OK? Bye. You and I need to talk, Joe. Now.
Jack, is that you? Jack, it's me. Didn't you hear me? What are you doing?
What does it look like?
Where are you going?
I've had enough.
What are you talking about?
I'm leaving you.
What?
I'll arrange for someone to come around later in the week and pick up the rest of my stuff.
I don't understand. What's happened?
You can have these back. And you can have the car. I'm not bothered.
Jack, what have I done?
I'll let you have a forwarding address so you can send me any unpaid bills. You don't have to worry about the money.
I'm not worried about that. What's going on?
It's very simple, really. I can't take it anymore.
Wait, Jack!
You only think about yourself.
Have you just spoken to Dr. Mystery?
What? It's nothing to do with Dr. Mystery.
Well, I spoke to him,
Look,
and
this
he said...
is about us and the fact that you won't support me. Nothing makes any difference. You don't care.
That's not true. I've been thinking. I'll change.
It's too late.
I went back and spoke to the doctor. Jack, I've been an idiot. I was jealous. I thought you'd leave me for another woman. Oh, that's why I gave you so much food. I didn't want anyone else looking at you. I thought you'd be tempted. If you were fat, you wouldn't get so much attention and you'd stay with me.
What?
I just...
Let me get this right. You've been making me fat on purpose. Is this what you wanted? I don't believe you.
I know how it sounds. Oh, it was silly.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
Oh, things will be different from now on.
Is that the way you think? That the only attractive thing about me was my body? Is that all you ever saw in me?
No, that's not what I meant. Not me.
Oh, Alison.
Why?
I don't know.
Look, if there was something wrong, why didn't you come and see me? Or one of the others. It's a doctor's surgery, after all.
I don't know.
You committed a crime, Joe. You realise that, don't you?
Mac.
But she has. And put us all in an impossible position.
I know.
We cannot pretend this hasn't happened. The chemist knows it's you. He'll be expecting a call from the police. And what about Steve? He still thinks it's Candy and all his fault.
It's all my fault.
You've been under a lot of pressure, love.
It's me. It's everything. All of your problems.
Our problems?
The court case. That would never have happened if it wasn't for me. For my nan.
Jess's death's not your fault.
Yes, it was. And then you losing the baby. That was my fault as well.
Calm down. You've got everything out of proportion.
Please don't
You need help.
I'll stop being so jealous. I know it's stupid. I'll trust you. Who's she?
That's Karen. I met her at the slimming club. Funny thing is, I loved you like I've never loved a woman before. You were special. But I don't think you ever loved me.
I did.
Love isn't about controlling people. But, you know, I think you did me a favour by making me fat, because now I found someone who's interested in the whole me. And not just my body, unlike you.
But the doctor said you needed my help!
Get off! Get off! I've got all the help I need, thanks. Let me give you a little advice. It's like Karen says. Size doesn't matter.
How can it be your fault that Kate lost the baby?
It is. It's all my fault.
Well,
I really didn't want to believe it.
what?
We've always known that if Jessie didn't do it herself, somebody must have given her the morphine that killed her. And after this?
Joe.
Yeah. Joe.